I want to welcome everybody back to my channel, Average Joe PT, where we discuss medically based physical therapy and also fitness type exercises and routines. Now, this channel is really going to depend on your guys' comments and views where you want to go in regards to any type of surgical situation that may be going on. And as always, leave a comment down below and we can look into that types of stuff. Now, obviously, you're going to rely solely on your physician, and this is some just extra filler information that is easy to get to instead of having to dive through any type of Google search or any other search engine out there. So hopefully I can give you a little bit of entertainment as well as some decent information in regards to the physical therapy based and fitness type information. So I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you'll subscribe down below. I hope that you'll tell your family members and everybody else that, hey, you know, there's a guy out there that can at least give you some information. So maybe if you're scared to go to the doctor in regards to maybe an aches or pain, I would always tell you go to the doctor and then obviously follow up from there. And hopefully I can give you some comfort in the fact that if you're having some sort of surgery, I can kind of give you the idea versus what a family's opinion might be. Give you at least some filler information to hopefully calm some of your nerves if you're having some sort of surgical procedure, and maybe you might have some physical therapy afterwards. So and also you know, the fitness component of it, if you guys have any questions about that, you know, I can always go all day long into the fitness avenue of physical therapy. But today we're going to talk about the shoulder. Now, there's tons of shoulder surgeries that you can have done. I'm just going to go over the basic one today, which is just shoulder pain and where it probably is generating from, and what the physical therapist is probably going to look at to really figure out where the shoulder pain is coming from. And if you guys have any further questions, or any, hey, you know, I'm having this kind of surgery, and what can I expect afterwards in therapy? You know, what kind of expectations should I have in the hospital? Leave those comments down below because I can help you with that. I can give you my point of view before you even get to the hospital and have that surgery. Hopefully I can give you some comfort and some ease so you're not worried so much. You know, a lot of us got a little bit of anxiety, and you know, knowledge is power, and hopefully I can calm down that anxiety situation. And so let's go ahead and we're going to talk about the shoulder. Now, looking at the shoulder picture, there's three things. There's the collarbone or clavicle. There's the ball, okay, or what people think is the shoulder, okay, and that ball is a part of the humerus or the actual arm bone. And then you have the shoulder blade, or what we call the scapula. Now, those three bones combined actually make up the shoulder girdle, which with any of those problems going on with the inability to raise your arm over your head, we got to figure out if it's just coming from one of those bones, okay? And then we have to look at, is it a muscle in the back that could be affecting how the shoulder blade's moving and not allowing the arm to go up, okay? Now, also, we'd have to look at where's the shoulder pain generating from. Is it just coming from there? Or maybe it's coming from your neck. Maybe we have a neck problem we have to look at. So we, as a therapist and as a medical professional, you have to look at whether it's coming literally just from the origin of the shoulder, or is it coming from the neck? Now, sometimes you might just see the physical therapist and they have to figure that out, and sometimes you just go see your medical doctor, okay, and then they help the therapist, and them combined, can figure out where the pain is actually coming from. And so, as a physical therapist, we might treat that with modalities, which is such as maybe some ultrasound, some electrical current to help reduce the pain, and maybe in the back of the shoulder. We might do some massage or some what we call trigger point release, which is to really get in there deep and try and get the shoulder blade muscles or the back part of the shoulder itself muscles to release and relax, and allow maybe the hand to come over your head. Maybe you have a stiff joint that we have to work on, maybe work on that joint itself, and then progress into some strengthening exercises and go from there. And so there's a myriad of techniques that therapists can do for the shoulder. The shoulder achy pain that a lot of people get is really coming from one main muscle a lot of times, of the rotator cuff. Okay, and that rotator cuff comes along the back side of your shoulder, and I'll show you that model. And it comes down and attaches to the front. Okay, and there's makes up 4 of them, but that main one on the top is the one that seems to get injured and irritated a lot. And a lot of times, if you're having pain at night, the last thing you should be doing is sleeping on that side and causing that shoulder pain to come all the way down into the elbow. Now, some people think it's just I'm having elbow pain. In reality, it's actually the rotator cuff muscles referring pain down into the elbow. So obviously we would talk with the physician and through our own clinical observations and techniques, we would figure out which one of those muscle groups could be referring pain down the arm. Now, that's the gist of what a generalized therapist would do with the shoulder. Now, they're also going to look at the basics of how much range of motion you have in the shoulder, where you might have restrictions, whether it's over your head or behind your back. They might also look at your posture and making sure that your shoulder blade's sitting right and it's moving correctly with good posture. And usually you'll get therapy 2 or 3 times a week. It should be no more than 30 or 45 minutes at the most, and give you some exercises to do at home. And it should probably take no more than maybe 4 to 6 weeks of therapy a couple of times a week to get you back on your feet and get your shoulder pain under control. And if it's not improved by that period of time, you need to go back to your doctor. But those are some basic things from the average Joe's perspective. Now, if you haven't gone to the doctor yet and you're waiting to get an appointment, you couldn't get in to see an urgent care physician, which I think would be impossible, you could start by just applying some ice to the shoulder. A lot of times that'll take some of the deep ache that's going down your arm out. And you have to apply that for probably 10 or 15 minutes. Just be smart not to burn yourself. You know, ice can get numb, and then obviously you can't sense it no more and you can burn yourself. And so be very, very mindful of that when you're doing this stuff, because the last thing you want to do is lie on ice in bed, fall asleep, and wake up, and not only you're in a pool of water, but you also burn your skin. So that would be a big no. So that's the end of this episode of the shoulder, and I can go in great detail. I probably will in upcoming episodes, depending on what you guys' comments are below. But until next time, keep your head up and keep smiling.